Alright, so I'm just waiting for the 5th and final round of this league to start. See if we can go undefeated this league. But, as far as the list that I'm running here goes, yeah, I'm convinced that this is not the card I want here. I mean, as far as like playing an artifact or two in these two spots goes, like Candelabra and Ballista I think would just be better choices. Like strictly better compared to this. And of course there's nothing wrong with like the Shepherd and Maze of Ith that I would normally run in these spots. But because of like Opposition Agent and my fear of that card, I want to play more Ballista, I think, next. Test that out some more. I know Lightning Greaves doesn't answer Ballista, but my hope is that it would like protect Reclaimer better. Specifically for Delver, which is like another problem with this deck right now. But I think Ballista could actually fulfill both those roles. Maybe not so much like against Delver. I don't know how good it would actually be in that matchup. But definitely for answering Opposition Agent for sure. So probably the next thing I'll try to test out either 2 Ballistas here or Ballista plus Maze of Ith. I feel like Maze of Ith probably should be in the deck. It's never been my favorite like one of land. But I feel like because like Chasm just kind of does the same thing but better. It doesn't always feel like the most necessary card to have, Maze of Ith, but considering we have Reclaimer to just eat away at any land, and I'm down to 26, usually Ballista's Maze of Ith is the 27th land. I feel like I should just up the land count by 1 to make Reclaimer a little bit better. Probably, I mean, if I was to enter like a challenge in the post-Opposition Agent meta, I probably would go Maze of Ith and another Ballista in this spot. But for just like testing purposes, I might try 2 Ballistas here and then 2 in the sideboard. If nothing else, but to give me like more practice with playing with Walking Ballista. And this card is like a pretty amazing magic card. It's like giving us a fireball spell, a way to deal direct damage, being mono green. It's weird and pretty cool. I'm happy I tried this card, but it also just doesn't fit with like the regular like patterns that how I play this deck. Because I'm looking to play the Reclaimer turn 1, and then turn 2 activate the Reclaimer to get like use out of it if it lives that long. Which means the Greaves isn't coming down until like the 3rd turn at earliest. And like that's already too late for the situations I want to be able to protect Reclaimer for. I mean, unless I was planning to get 4 mana out, play a Greaves first, and then play Reclaimer. But it was fun, but I think I've learned enough about Lightning Greaves to know I don't want it. Yeah, this has been a fun league so far. I'm glad I recorded this. I was debating not doing it because Greaves might be super bad, embarrassing. But that very first round, I had like so much fun against like Nick Fit. So I even like played it in the challenge, and then we went 5-2 in the challenge. So that was in like no part because of Lightning Greaves, but I guess it just goes to show you like the rest of the deck is like strong enough. The hand wasn't terrible, but this is way better. I think this could be the time for it. Put this map back. Guess Glimmerpost. I was hoping for like any land there, so I'm gonna play this off of Cavern too, yeah, especially because I might have days. Now watch, this is gonna get bolted this turn. I'll probably reveal Bolt off Delver. Huh. I guess if they wasteland this, it's not the worst. Well, I feel like they would have bolted this turn. Alright, well, I should probably just play my land and pass and keep Reclaimer up. And then probably just, say they bolt next turn while all the wasteland's still tapped, then I'll just search up a basic forest, most likely, instead of this cavern. Yeah, like this hand, we had the turn 1 Reclaimer and the Lightning Greaves, and it's like not... I can't depend on it at all, like the way I was hoping. If they tap this wasteland, then what should I do? If they tap this, I'll probably trade this cavern for a Cloudpost. It gives me 4 mana the following turn with this Glimmerpost. I could play like Map Reclaimer. I should try and get Greaves out there ASAP though. Yeah, I'll probably use my 2 mana to Greaves if it comes to that. They didn't shuffle, so it means this is probably getting bolted. I think the worst sequence they could do right here is play a red source, because yeah, they could bolt then wasteland. I hope whatever they do, it's either a blue-green source or they tap this wasteland. If they were to like tap out this turn and not answer my Reclaimer, I could go get the fetch land, the Misty. Okay, this is good so far. Alright. And the fetch land is there to try and speed up Reclaimer becoming a 3/4. But that's not even that great against Darkness, because 1 bolt still just kills a 3/4 Reclaimer. Now maybe this is like the culprit for why Rogue Delver is as busted as it is. I was always convinced it's just Oko, but maybe people are right that this should get banned. I have like prime time answered by a single bolt like so many times. Looks like they're gonna play a cantrip next turn, or their second main phase, which means the wasteland's not gonna get tapped. This is annoying. Maybe we'll get like a Cloudpost still. Well, Cloudpost will definitely get wastelanded immediately. I could get the fetch land still. Okay. Well, now I should just get the Cloudpost. I'd be better suited to use that mana. Yeah, let's get Cloudpost. And then I'm gonna play Greaves out with 2 of my 4 mana. Come on. And this is the spot I was like dreaming about. My vision of the perfect card to protect Reclaimer. Alright. Alright, let's see how well it does now. So now this is just wasteland defense for now. And we're in a good spot because we have the 2 mana to use it, plus 2 extra mana next turn. Okay, this is getting pretty good. Still up against a lot here, but especially if they play like a second wasteland here. I don't know how I beat that. One card bottom, 1 card top with our Preordain. This is a good end boss for this deck. Finally get the Rug Delver matchup that this Lightning Greaves is at least intended for. Just to say they tap out their wasteland. If they have no untapped wastelands to end their turn, they'll make this Glimmerpost another Cloudpost. Nice. And then I could, like, attach the Greaves to my new Reclaimer, play Reclaimer next turn, and then be able to activate both Reclaimers. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna block this Arcanist for sure, at least. I almost feel like I should. Now, if they don't fire off their wasteland, I probably shouldn't just activate this end of turn. Then the wasteland, I mean, they would get this Reclaimer to be a 3/4. Which might be worth considering if they... Let's see what they do. Okay, as long as they don't play a second wasteland, I don't think I... Okay, now what? I'm still going to keep it up. Here we go. That's a good draw for sure. Just thinking like I should bite the bullet eventually. But this will at least like force their hand. I gotta worry about my life total now too. I'm under a lot of pressure. I got the second Reclaimer. It sucks that I couldn't make my land drop this turn, but... And I kind of almost wish I had been more proactive. Damn it, I should have moved it to here. I'm not used to Lightning Greaves. Should have put it on the new one for sure. But like in hindsight, I wish I had just forced their wastelands. I guess the end result would have been the same. One of these would have gotten bolted. Like, if they aren't going to make the first move ever with this, I could go get like a basic forest and maybe work from there. Maybe probably waste on the Glimmerpost. I could also get Glacial Chasm if they attack with this here. That would force them to waste the Chasm. But most importantly, it would make this bigger. Maybe that's worth doing. There's a lot of lands that way, but I don't know what else I'm going to do. They would have to wasteland that too. I shouldn't pull the trigger just yet. Like, if I activate this right now, then, like, worst case scenario, I'll have, like, 2 basic forests if I choose to search up a forest. So might as well at least let them make the move with the wasteland first. Gotta draw land next turn. I have to at this point. Oh my god. Yeah, I should just get... Alright. I was waiting for that to happen. I'm definitely getting a basic now. Protect what I do have. By Glimmerpost. Maybe Tabernacle could get moved to main deck. This wouldn't be a terrible spot for it. And this is kind of cool that this Reclaimer is defended, but it still doesn't protect my mana base. This is a 7. I'm going to take 7 this turn. 8 with Arcanist. Assuming I can block one of these things. I don't know, they're just going to respond with Wasteland on my Chasm. I should have not played that map. I don't think it really mattered, but... I guess I can block Arcanist and get Bog. Wait, I have to get Bog right now. And they have to not have another bolt. Okay. Oh no, I'm just dead. I don't know why I thought these were both 1/1 Delvers. Or yeah, I assumed I was going to have to block one of them, but yeah, Arcanist being able to replay something before attacking, or before I get a chance to block, is a pretty big deal. Yeah, so I know it was just a single game, but I mean, everything worked out that we wanted to with Greaves, and still, like, just didn't change anything. So yeah, that's all I needed to know, really. I still want to try and figure out some configuration where I can keep Bojuka Bog in. I feel like it's a worthwhile land to keep in. Like, I thought that against, like, Arcanist it wouldn't be good enough. Just like a one-time graveyard sweep, but I think there is definitely, like, spots where I would choose to search it up. Just thinking how I would play out this matchup. Yeah, I'm going to do 61. It's another reason I don't like these Greaves all that much. The sideboard needs a little off right now. So I guess if this were either two Ballistas or Ballista and Maze, definitely keep both of those in against Delver. Maybe in that case I'd be willing to cut the Bog then. Or I could still just go to 61. And this feels like wrong to stay at 61 cards, but it doesn't feel as bad to me now that people are playing like 80 card decks. And it's actually this exact scenario where if there's like a one of that's worth keeping around, that's one of the arguments for being okay running 61 cards. But we're up against it now. Down a game, fighting for our trophy. Against the boogeyman of the format, which I don't beat very often. Like, if I do happen to play Reclaimer turn 1 this next game, Reclaimer lives, and then I can also cast a Greaves. Like, it's going to feel really bad if I go to cast it and it gets countered. And then Reclaimer gets answered the turn after that. This hand's terrible. I'll try this. Put back Kozilek. We'll have to draw into more lands, but this Ballista can take us. That's good. If they go turn 1 Delver, I'll attempt this next turn. Yeah, so I'll 3 mana next turn. Okay. I'll lead with Ballista. And play this Glimmerpost out to play around Daze. Great. Let's kill it now. I think I'll play one of these 2 Needles through Daze as well. Or not around Daze, but if they want to Daze this, sweet. Yeah, let's do Wasteland. It's with this one. And the second one next turn will be Oko. Yeah, and having like a full set of Ballistas makes like having to use one just to kill like a single creature not feel as bad. Just one reason why I kind of want more of these. Let's try and cast this for Oko next turn. Unless we draw like a green sun or something. Hope we just draw a land though. I think Ballista could potentially play really well with this carpet too. This gives us another good mana sink, especially early game. That's not bad. Alright, what do we think? Let's play this through days. I kind of feel like doing that. So we're gonna cantrip like 3 more times next turn. They could Oko and Wasteland us, and keep us off the 6 mana. I think we just go for it now. Yeah, not punished. Well, in that case, I think I still want Tabernacle and also Cloudpost. Maybe I can't afford to get Tabernacle. Maybe I need to get Eye plus Cloudpost to have like a method of winning. I have to dodge them playing a land, Oko, and then Wastelanding something. Well, I guess they can't answer both of these needles, so I should definitely get Eye and Cloudpost. But normally I would love getting Tabernacle here in this spot. Just to choke them on mana. Try and prolong Oko happening for as long as possible. So next turn, I think the worst possible thing would be if they like engineered explosives, and for sure if they were running explosives would be awful. And then they wastelanded either Cloudpost or Eye. So if 8 mana as it is now, I should prioritize searching with Eye of Ugin more than anything. Hopefully I'll have enough mana one way or another to make Sage a Cloudpost. Oh god. No. Braid plus Wasteland. Shit. Shit. Double Wasteland. Alright, these two are going by. I guess they don't have to worry about Eye just yet. But they will. Okay, that's not terrible. See, if I had gotten Tabernacle, they wouldn't have been able to do that, at least. And the Prime Time worked last turn, so hopefully this will just work. Cloudpost for sure. Let's make this now. And if I saw Miracle, we dodge. Maybe it was better to get Eye there, but just because we have Cloudpost later to draw into, but this sets us up there for, like, I guess almost anything else. Yeah, I think Cloudpost is definitely right. We have a lot of live draws now. Bolt, of course, yeah. I guess if I had gotten Tabernacle, they would have been able to Abrade and then play one Wasteland. But then I would have had like one less useful land, so I guess it all evens out. Alright, so get that out at least. It's not what I really wanted to see, but yeah, I'm willing to consider like a lot of discussion about how I choose to play Pithing Needle in this matchup, because for a while, like in the past against Delver, I pretty much just always named Wasteland. Like that was the only relevant activated ability. But ever since Oko came out, like Oko's the bigger threat for sure, and also he'll answer like Wasteland Needles down the line if you don't name one with Oko. So Oko's the more like ultimate threat. But also like if I just still focused on Wasteland, then I could force the Oko to target the Needles. And I might be able to play to like this kind of like aggressive, like fair game with the Elks they make for me. Just, I think that might be like a possibility. I don't have much time. Like I need to draw like the next couple turns. Something meaningful. If they were holding a counter, I would have liked them to counter that. I have ran 2 Tabernacles in the sideboard at times. And this is a good matchup for double Tabernacles for sure. Kind of plays to that stopping Oko game. Lightning Bolt, God. Alright, so I have one more draw step, and they need to not counter it. Well, until they draw another red source, I guess. Wow. Let's go for it. Worked the first time through days. Why not one more time? I guess with that. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna resolve. I cantripped quite a bit since the last prime time. Alright, if they don't draw another red source, we live another turn. I also shouldn't yield through the turn. If they draw like a wasteland, I can still make this stage into a copy of my forest. Ah, wait, okay, that's not the worst. It's not just game over just yet. I need to draw next turn though. Something good. Wasteland here for sure. Alright. 4-1. It was close, but this is the matchup the Greaves was there for. Alright, I'll concede so they don't waste their time. Let's make them do it the right thing at least. Make them wasteland. I should have kept that in hand just to like threaten like crop rotation or something. Alright. Well, if they do everything right, they will win this here. Oh yeah, they just pay with the wasteland and then bolt me. Alright, I won't waste their time. Yeah, I know it was just like a small sample size, like a single game against Rug Delver. But yeah, I'm not a fan of these Lightning Greaves. I'm glad I tried it for a league and like a challenge. And it's like, yeah, like in theory it like felt like a good protection piece for the Reclaimers, but I don't think it's what I want to be doing with those spots in the deck. It doesn't like match up well with like our regular sequence of how we like want to play the deck. And yeah, as we saw that last game, like even in like a good situation where it's intended for that, it still just wasn't good. But it was fun though. I'm glad this league got recorded. And yeah, I've got a 4-1 in this league, a 5-2 in the challenge yesterday, playing the exact same list. So yeah, it doesn't make the deck like unplayable by just having it, but I'll be looking at some other spots or other cards to fill these couple spots. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my live stream on the weekends, as well as staying up to date with this channel, where you'll see more content like this. Thanks a lot.